Good evening, everybody, and welcome to Time for Tea, episode 3. I'm very excited tonight because we are going to have like a guest, one of my favorite tea lover, but also one of my very best friend. I'm very thrilled and honored to have here with me Alessandra Rovetta. She is one of my really best friend. We met through tea, and she's now in London. So it's 9 o'clock here in Milan, where I'm now, and it's 8 in the night in London, because she works for one of the most amazing tea house in the world, I think. And so yes, I'm excited because she is my supporter number one. She always is. Alessandra and I have a very close relationship. And don't worry if you cannot tune it now. She has a lot to say. She's working for Fortnum Mason in London. She has a long story, passion and love for tea. And I will record this video. And if a lot of Italian people are now joining and following and want to, oh, here we go, Alessandra, and want to listen to that in Italian, we are going to put also this. Let's have Alessandra in and see if we can tune in. Alessandra, ciao, good
Hello.
evening. Hello.
Ciao. Hello, hello.
Ciao. What's the weather like in London tonight?
It's sunny, very sunny, and yes, it's a very sunny day in London. It's very exceptional sunny day today. Yes, I have my curtain because the light is very, especially this time of the evening, it's very powerful. So okay, so
It's,
but it's a
thank
beautiful
you.
day.
That's good to know. Quite strange, but let's yes talk about weather like Japanese people do for break the ice. How are you doing? I'm very happy. I was telling people how I'm actually excited.
Me
It's
too. Oh my God.
it's already the third live for Tealisa, but with you is special because we have
Oh,
a
thank you.
special relation. And maybe
Yes.
we're gonna tell people how we met because it was actually through tea that we met.
Yes.
Um, just long story short, I was working in a tea shop here in Milan, and Alessandra popped in, asking for me for a nice tea for making the chai, right? You have a famous.
Exactly, exactly. And it's the same tea I'm drinking now, and I
I see.
prepared last evening, just brew overnight, and it's very fresh, very refreshing, especially in a hot day like this. And yes, it's because of the chai. Everything started between us, especially. Yes, I found this recipe. I like spices, and okay, let's try this recipe. It's a chai latte, and of course, I needed a good Assam, loose tea Assam, and so at that time I was working in Milan. So okay, let's see what can I find here, and let's go to Kuzmi Tea. At the time, it was a Kuzmi
Yes.
Tea shop in Brera, in the center of Milan. And then I met you, and you really open a world I never imagined like that. I was drinking tea, but not with that awareness. So you open really a beautiful world. And I'm still discovering, and more I'm
Thank you.
learning, and more I realize I don't know a lot of
Yeah.
things.
It's like
Yes,
this in this world. As you said, I was working for a tea house, and but it's a learning, is a learning. And for people that just joined, you were like searching for an Assam, which is the base of very strong tea, Indian black tea, and you actually do your chai with the spices and everything. And if I mean, if anybody is interested, we can also drop the recipe or follow up on this because I'm sure
Yes,
some.
of course,
Yes.
we can do that. Yes, from scratch, especially in winter, it's a it's something you do for yourself, and it takes time, half an hour, let's say, but it's worth preparing. To be honest, today I've just used ready chai, but it's very good because I found it in a tea shop just behind the big screens in Piccadilly Circus, and a very nice tea shop, and they have, I think, the best chai I ever tried.
Really? Can we know the
Yes,
name of the shop? Maybe it's
of
nice to
course,
put
is
it.
the My Cup of Tea, just in
Mm-hmm.
Piccadilly Circus, and this chai, this Indian chai, is Chinese black tea base with spices or cloves, star anise, peppercorn, whole peppercorns. It's beautiful. I tried this morning. I mean, I prepared last night, but I tried this morning. I never tried cold, and it's amazing. This is so drinkable. It's something very refreshing, especially in a day like this, of course.
Yes, because you
Yes.
said refreshing, but it's hot tea. But I agree with you. Chai is also very good iced, and the one you are mentioning, actually, you ship it to me, and so thank you very much. And I found it's very similar to honey chai of the man. So for people living in Italy, also you can find a very similar version, and we are going to really write everything down because so many people are already making questions and asking where can I get it. But
Of
okay,
course.
so we really started for actually the last question I wanted to ask you, which is which tea are you drinking? But tell me more about your passion for tea because we met and you said to me, "Oh, I want to work in this field. I love tea." And from that stage, that it was already 7 years ago, or yeah, even
I
more,
think so. I think
or
so.
more,
Even
7 years.
more.
Yeah,
I forgot I
yeah.
forgot here honestly, but yes, I think almost 10 years probably. Yeah, so I investigated, I researched a lot, and at some point, okay, I need to move somewhere. Of course, it could be Asia, like Japan or China, but let's say I had this passion for Englishness. So at that time I mean, before working in Milan, I studied foreign languages. So I spent 1 year in Coventry, so it's Erasmus program. So there I realized how English people are very fond of tea, and so tea and Englishness. Okay, move to London. Let's go to London. And I moved here almost 3 years ago,
3 years,
and
okay.
yeah, it was October 2018. So I start, okay, let's start from, okay, sending CV to the main tea companies, and I joined Fortnum Mason company straight away.
Amazing.
And
This is, to me,
yes,
this is destiny because you really
yes, and
wanted to go there. I remember you was like, I need to go there from scratch. You quit the job here, you went there. This takes courage. I was really like, oh my God, she is really going to do that. You went to London and start searching and you got the job in Fortnum Mason. I mean,
yes, yes.
Fortnum Mason, but everybody is like, is the house of tea, not just a tea
Yes,
house.
yes, not
Amazing.
only in England but also worldwide. And talking about destiny, I don't know if it's coincidence or something curious to say. Probably you remember the big picture I bought from IKEA and was just on the in my living room with this double decker, the red double decker, and in the background Piccadilly. So my destiny was already there, waiting for me. Yeah,
Yes.
it took courage. Yeah, it's most about courage because you have everything. I mean, at the time you have everything in Italy, a job, yeah, everything. Okay, but there was something I need to do. Yeah, and here I am in London.
And how is it working there? Because then, I want to get to the core of this conversation, which is like what tea is for you now, which, yeah, your dream came true. You'll work there in the most famous tea house, one of the most famous in the world. And so how is it working there? But most like, how is your relation with tea nowadays?
So what I realized, I mean, first of all, I had the chance to meet a lot of amazing people. I learned a lot from them, and then I had the chance to go to the UKT Academy. So I had this tea champion course, and but what I realized, because it was a new job to me, I usually work as a personal assistant, let's say, in work, office job. And this is something completely different because in retail. And what I realize I do love, let's say, the interaction with customers and showing them my passion. And what I like to say is that I don't sell tea. I inspire to buy tea. So it's
Wow,
different.
this is amazing. I is inspired to buy tea. It's very
Yes.
nice. To me, in my case, I remember when I was doing the same profession, I used to say I sell smiles. Well, sometimes you don't even sell anything, but people smile at you, and more than this,
Yeah.
they say thank you. They're grateful for you. This is amazing. This is like,
Absolutely. Yes, especially when they come back and they ask for you, oh, thank you for your recommendation. I really appreciate it. And it's rewarding. It's completely rewarding. So when I say sharing is caring, it's true. Absolutely true. Yes.
so this absolutely your job is more than a job, is an hobby, is a passion together, and is something that you do more for personal reward and for, like, say, like really gratitude, expressing gratitude and giving
Absolutely.
happiness.
Yes. Absolutely.
This is nice. I don't like really talking about mindfulness, but this is in the concept of doing what you do with all yourself. And
Yes.
yeah, this is nice. And how is tea outside from your work? How is it home? I mean, when you come back after selling and drinking so much tea, are you still willing to have a cup at home?
Absolutely, absolutely. It's when I off, especially, I have more time for tasting, for properly tasting. So I have my notebook and I write down my tasting notes. So it's time for so tea for me is something for disconnecting because okay, when you don't work, it's something okay for relaxing, for disconnecting, but at the same time, it's also for connecting myself. It's a time for myself, for researching, for just enjoy the having a cup of tea and something simple. So it's for disconnecting and connect at the same time. And tea is, and then even when I'm at home, I like create interaction, could be virtually or with other people. So is connection is an interaction. Absolutely. Yes.
This is very nice. Thank you for saying that because you are putting all the core of what I want to express with Elisa. So journaling, disconnecting is your proper little inner world. But you, of course, through this, you are connecting with yourself. This is very
Yes.
nice. But do you have special people always ask me, I don't have Chinese set. They imagine that we that are so into tea, we have all the tools. But do you do also with a simple teapot, or do you have a favorite cup, favorite teapot? What do you use?
So yes, I have a Gaiwan set, let's say, so the bamboo tray with the Gaiwan, the pitcher, the small cups, and yes, if I want, especially I use this one for the oolong. They are so complex, and I like to use the Gaiwan set. Or if not, just take it simple. I use a glass teapot because I like to see the leaves unfurl, just to see the color of the liquor changing. So even just a small teapot, a glass teapot, and a small like cup like that is enough. It is enough. It depends on the tea. So, for example, for black tea or Darjeeling, Assam, I like to try because I like to taste different teas. I use, for example, the tasting cups. So it depends of what I'm tasting. So sometimes I want to go, okay, keep it simple, just a small teapot is enough. My
Yeah,
notebook
yeah.
and or even not even a notebook could be there and okay, just memorize the tasting notes, feeling what the tea is telling to me and just go with the flow.
Feeling what the tea is telling you. This is very nice. It's like having a conversation, right? You're never
Of
alone.
course.
You live
No, not
alone
at all.
right? You live alone in London. I live now in Milan, and I don't feel like I'm alone in my little moment that I have for myself.
Yeah. Yeah.
And through your Instagram, that I really recommend people to go and check because you have a very strong sense of aesthetic. When you said,
Oh, thank
it's
you.
depending on the tea, I can see that you really mind the color, the cup, and this is also a moment of mindfulness, just having a little beautiful moment for yourself, right?
Yeah, absolutely. The aesthetic is important. Maybe because I love fashion. Probably I cannot show that, but yeah, the aesthetic, the color, yes, is impact in some way because it's like tea, like poetry. I love poetry. It's something that makes its impact powerfully, immediately, and physically on me. That it's me on my mind, on my heart, and so it's let's say it's a language in between language and music. I don't know how to explain, but
Yes.
yes, it's something like that. Art maybe is something. So probably my pictures they show this. I don't.
Yes.
I maybe I don't. I'm not aware of that, but apparently it is.
They do, they do. And back to this concept of fashion, just when you said that, I had the idea that you really dress up the table because it's everything and it's very nice. And maybe this is connected also for your passion for tea time. I mean, when it was possible, actually going to famous hotel and tea room in London, how was it? Tell me more about it.
Oh, this is something. The afternoon teas. You mean
Yes,
that? Yes, it's
yes.
something I love probably because especially they are places just special and there are places you don't go every day on a daily basis. So you can see these big rooms, very fashion. It depends on the location, of course, but sometimes you can say, oh my God, they are quite posh. They are not. They are. I feel something aesthetic there. And talking about afternoon tea,
Hmm.
finally, I'm going to have mine next Thursday. After months, the
How
last one.
many? Because yeah, everything was shut down in London, right?
Yes,
So
yes, yes.
you really
Lockdown.
couldn't go anywhere to do tea time and afternoon teas. And now where are you going? Tell me, I'm curious.
Okay, I'm going to the Shard. So it's quite
Ah, Shard.
modern.
Hmm.
Yes, I've been there just a couple of occasions, but not for afternoon tea. And this will be an afternoon tea, a themed afternoon tea with Peter Pan.
Ah, so it's gonna be a
So,
topic.
yes, yes. So
Okay.
I never had this kind of afternoon tea. I had a part one at the sketch. It's quite
Mhm.
fashionable and pink, but I prefer the classic ones. And this is different, and I want to try absolutely.
We are
So let's.
very curious. We are gonna really spy your Instagram and see if you upload something. I always
Of
tell
course.
you, just to know that, guys, we really talk outside of here every day, and I really tell you to publish a book with all these beautiful pictures and tips, because really, everybody, please read the what Alessandra writes underneath the picture,
Ah,
because there is
that's pretty
always,
pleased.
yes, a piece of poetry and always a thought linked to it. And I think it's gonna be a beautiful book. So put it on your dream
Thank you.
list. Keep it in mind, because
Maybe one day, who knows?
something with fashion and something with poetry and book of beautiful picture, it should be nice. Anna Mariani, I wanted to say hi to her because she said the comment
Hi.
one comment was very nice, so she got the point in conversation with tea. And
Good.
thank you for that, because it was a beautiful point. I really want to save this and share some tips you gave, because they're nice. And then also Anna went to the chart when it
Hmm.
first was open, and it was such an exciting afternoon too. Thank you for sharing. Thank you for
Yeah.
sharing.
Yeah, let's
I
hope for the weather, for the fine weather, because if it's cloudy, you cannot see too much. But that's okay. I'm going with a good company, so it will be nice. Absolutely, absolutely. And of course, I'll be sharing pictures. Why not? I can't wait.
Yeah, is a mean, as you said before, is a moment to share. And I think that you, like me, we don't do that to show
No.
whatsoever to anybody. We want truly to share this moment of happiness, because we are happy when we do that.
Yes, yeah, and especially the afternoon tea, it's something not is not part of Italian culture. It's something new, something you see. Okay, when you go to abroad, especially in UK, you had the afternoon tea is a very people are very fond of that. For example, if we for a degree or for a wedding or something like that, any anniversary, people they go for afternoon tea. We don't have this kind of thing. We go to the restaurant, of course, but here I realize the afternoon tea is a way for celebrating. Yes, absolutely. Any anniversary, any occasion. Yes,
Oh, that's lovely. And for people who lives in country like Italy, where there is not really afternoon tea, and so also in Tokyo, there was not really, yeah, they have a different. Also, the ceremony is not so common as people
no.
believe, especially Chanoyu. It's very rare and difficult to join. So I really recommend everybody, as I wanted to share with Tealisa, to have it at home. There is all, it's just needed, my little mug tonight was enough. Not even need a teapot, and sometimes it just needed a couple of things to make a beautiful table. Some flower
Absolutely.
or a very, very nice piece of cloth, and you can have your special beauty and poetry and tasty moment.
Yeah, just like today, I had my blanket, and to be honest, wasn't the proper picnic blanket. And I went to Hampstead Heath. Okay, let's stay there and just relax, enjoy the day with my flask of tea and my book, and nothing else.
That's lovely.
So
It
this
is
is
a
the
lovely.
little things.
It's really a moment to enjoy the time for yourself, which is important. Alessandra, you know
Absolutely.
that already 20 minutes has passed. I don't know how.
Oh,
I wanted to,
oh my God, already. It's a pity. We can carry on for hours.
yes, but I try to keep it 20 minutes so people know that
Of course,
it's just
absolutely.
limited time. Try to do this, or even with a friend. You just tune in as we do and share a cup of tea, some chat, and I don't know, this conversation really filled my heart. I feel like we said something very nice. I record, and I will try also to add subtitle, because these quotes maybe you will use in your book someday or in your
Oh,
Instagram,
hopefully,
because
hopefully.
you said something very nice. And so
Thank you.
thank you.
Thank you
Um,
so much for having me, and you made my day. Absolutely. And see you then.
you too, absolutely. So bye, Alessandra. We keep on talking
Bye.
offline.
Bye bye,
Okay.
everyone. Bye. Bye
Bye,
bye.
everybody. Thank you for joining.